I don't know if you guys can hear that. I think you do. Okay, so the story of from the SGA video about that guy, it's time to tell you guys the truth. So, oh my god, it's so long. Okay, so what happened was I met this guy in 7th grade and we started talking. We had a crush on each other. And basically, one day I decided to confess to him, and he said he liked me too. We became girlfriend and boyfriend. And I know that's a really young age, so criticize me for that because I wasn't expecting for him to say, "Oh, I want to be your boyfriend." I was more expecting him to be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then just move on with life because, like, that's obviously what you would expect from me because, I'm. But no, that didn't happen. We became boyfriend and girlfriend, and like the next day, um, I went to school. I was so happy, and like I had butterflies, and my heart was like dancing, and I was like this girl who was like, oh my god, this is Sophia, and this is like the new her because like me, I'm extremely serious. Like I'm normally extremely serious, trust me. But it's just one time, it's like the feeling of being wanted. And it's not like I didn't have that feeling before because I had my friends and my family. But it's like this feeling of being wanted by a boy, if you get what I mean. Like a lot of girls are like this when they're like so happy when they get a boyfriend that like they feel all these emotions and the feeling is just amazing. And like that's the feeling I had. And my friends weren't really expecting me to be like that because like at that age I didn't want a boyfriend. I didn't want to be in a relationship with anyone because I knew that my parents wouldn't approve of it and I didn't want to get in trouble for it. But you know what? I did it anyways and I kind of regret it now. I'm being honest. Okay, moving on from that. After we broke up in a month, and that was because he wasn't talking to me, he didn't pay attention to me, he didn't talk to me as much, and like I just felt like he didn't want me. And then the past 2 years, he's been dating on and off with my friend who I consider my sister, and her friend who I consider like a little sister as well. And it was like, I'm guessing he moved on, but this beginning of this year, this school year in October, we've been close. Okay, so like we never stopped talking after we broke up, but like it was the feeling that one of us had moved on, and it was the correct feeling because after I broke up with the guy in the last video, like he texted me and he was like flirting with me and like he started like telling me how for the past 2 years he's been waiting for me to come back to him for me to give him another chance and he wanted to treat me better and like I was really happy to hear those words because it was like wow, this guy was my first boyfriend and he like waited for me for 2 whole years and like he's been talking to me because he wants me back. And the thing is, I did take him back. But the thing is, he was dating my best friend at the time. And what happened from that was like kind of hard because she got hurt and she got hurt because of me, of what I did, and like I never wanted that to happen to her. She's like a sister to me and I love her so much, and like what happened was horrible, and I never meant it for it to happen, and I can't stand myself sometimes. And that happened around the end of October, the beginning of November. And then one day, I think it was the Thursday on the beginning of November, I went into first period because the day before I was teaching my class, because my teacher put me and 2 other people in charge of teaching that day since he was not going to be in class. And like, I was yelling at them the day previously, and I felt extremely horrible for it because I didn't even mean to do anything like that. I was taking my anger out on them because I found out about what he did, and like, I just snapped, and I didn't mean to. And that morning, I went into first period that day, and I made a public announcement telling them what was wrong. And like, I started crying, bawling my eyes out, and like, it was really hard because it was like it wasn't the fact that he like said that I deserved better and that he was sorry by text. It was more of the fact that like, he lied to not only me but to her as well, and that he took advantage of both of us in a way. And I shouldn't feel like the victim because I'm not the victim at all. She was. But I was crying so much the night before, and I was crying so much in first period. And my classmates, they were surrounding me, hugging me, comforting me, telling me, don't worry about it, we got your back, this guy's gonna die for what he did, stuff like that. And like, I felt loved from them. And then months passed. The incident, we call it an incident because that's what it is to us. 2 weeks later, his cousin texts me to tell me that he will be taking over his Instagram account. And his cousin and I, we started talking as friends. And his cousin started telling me how he regrets what happened. He feels really sorry for what he did to us. He says that he really misses me and stuff like that. And like, it made my heart kind of break and heal at the same time, because it's like, this guy, I gave 2 chances already. And then it took me some time, but I gave him another chance. And I regret it because if I already gave him 2 chances, I shouldn't have even given him a 3rd one. But I did. And I messed up. And he stopped talking to me for a while. You know, like, a few weeks ago, I was looking back at old messages that I used to talk to with my best friend, and him, and a bunch of our other friends who I don't even talk to anymore because they don't talk to me. And I was tearing up because I was thinking back to a time when things were easier and how I wasn't being broken this way. And the thing is, like, I did kind of learn something from that. I learned that no matter who says they care about you or love you or whatever, or like you, if you've already given them a chance to redeem themselves and they messed up, don't give them another chance, because who says that they're going to do the right thing again? And I learned that, like, I know life wasn't easy beforehand, so giving him another chance was my mistake. But yeah, so that's my explanation. Thanks guys. Bye.